Hello guys, welcome back to Chris Poly channel. This video I want to share about Global App update at 28 October 2022 maintenance update. But be noticed, all content on this Global App video was recorded on Global App server, so this is all content that will update on our live server in future, and mostly all this update will implement on Korea live server next week maintenance update, and following outside Korea server if they already feel this content already ready to release outside Korea server globally. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle, and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, this is official website from Global App update at 28 October 2022. First feature update about gathering egress favor. In future, we can consume egress favor while we doing gathering content. But take notice yield that we get from egress favor during gathering only apply for basic material like meat, wood, and ore, but any special item or rare item will not affect it, and also for special collectible gathering item such as travel. So in future, if your account focus on gathering only and not often to grinding any monster on Black Desert World, you still can use this egress favor point to get some silver from life skill content such as gathering and hunting. And this is number egress favor point that will consume when you doing gathering content, like mining using pickaxe that will consume 42 point, using fluid collector will consume 35 point when collecting blood, and will consume 30 point when you collecting sap, and when you gathering using butchering knife will consume 34 egress favor point. And for any other gathering content, like any kind of gathering using hoe, for herb, flower, mushroom, and etc., any gathering content using tanning knife and lumbering axe will consume 22 point egress favor per attempt. But take notice, if you already complete Book of Margahen 1 until chapter 5, you will get bonus increase item amount from your gathering by 150% than normal. And this is some example for its calculation. If you didn't use any egress favor point, for example, you will get 2 until 4 pieces gathering item. But if you activate egress favor and you already finish Book of Margahen 1 until chapter 5, you will get gathering amount increase by 150%, that you can get gathering yield 3 until 6 pieces, increase 150% than before. And when you have specific gathering mastery at maximal point, 2000 point, this will increase your gathering amount to become 400% than normal. And if you didn't use egress favor point, you will get around 10 until 20 pieces gathering item. But when you activate egress favor point, that will give you additional 150% gathering item, you will get more gathering result than normal. And in this table, this is any interaction item that you can find on Black Desert World that will affect it with egress favor point. So if you gathering from any interaction that have all this name on Black Desert World, and if you activate your egress favor point, your egress favor point will consume automatically when using specific gathering tools to interact with all this interaction. And this is table for any item that got affected by this egress favor during gathering activity. Actually, this is any kind of ore, any kind of sap, any kind of gathering material, any kind of blood, cereal, and etc. And for more detail, you can check on this video description. I already put link for this translated website for more detailed info. An additional note for this gathering egress favor point will not affected with Hedgehog special skill to increase gathering amount. So if you have pet Hedgehog while you doing gathering, only one slot gathering item that will affected by this egress favor point, and another bonus slot that you get from this Hedgehog special skill, the number gathering item on that slot will still same. And also this egress favor point will not work when you doing water scooping, shoveling, and milking. And once again, this egress favor effect during gathering only apply for basic item and doesn't apply for any special collectible item like travel, monk branch, any kind of blue grade gathering item, or yellow grade gathering item. So this egress favor point also will not affected to get any infinite potion material during gathering like Valtara Clairvoyance or Valtara Memory. So to prepare this gathering egress favor feature, you can finish Adventure Log Book of Margahen to upgrade your egress favor function, that you can finish this Book of Margahen from Book 1 until Book 2 that I guide you for more detail all of them on these two special video. You can check it for more detail. Okay, next feature update about class balancing. From this global app update, there are some class balancing for some class. First, for Berserker, they just reduce cooldown for this skill from 12 seconds to become 10 seconds only. So this is buff for Berserker. And also for this skill, they just add new buff when using this skill, plus 16 melee attack power increase for 10 seconds after you using this skill. And also they just change knockback effect to become stiffness that will apply on first hit. And they also fix some issue when using this skill during cooldown. An animation when doing this skill has been changed following on this clip below. And about the tail damage for each hit, they also changed this damage for each hit, and also they add critical chance 50% when you using this skill but not apply during cooldown. And also for another skill, they just increase number of hit from this skill from 4 hit to become 5 hit, but number hit for PvP has been decreased by 1 hit to become 2 hit only. And also for another flow skill, they also increase hit number from this skill from 7 hit to become 9 hit, but they also adjust PvP damage for this skill, so PvP damage when using this skill still same. And for another skill, they just adjust attack range for this skill, and this description adjustment about number of hit to become more easy to identify. Okay, next for Ninja class. Actually, Ninja class didn't have any change, they just fix camera movement when using this skill to become more natural. And for Kunoichi, they just improve this skill to become can combo with another skill. And also they just make this skill to become looks more natural than before when your Kunoichi disappearing using this skill. And next for Ranger class, especially for her succession skill, they just change this skill to become allowed to use during cooldown. And next for Witch and Wizard, they just change its skill description to become matched with actual effect for these two skill. But for Wizard himself, they just fix this skill icon cooldown when you using this skill that previously didn't show on cooldown. And next for Striker, especially for his flow skill, they just fix issue from this skill while you using this skill didn't consume your Striker spirit energy. And for Archer, they just fix some issue for stealth state when using this skill. And next for Assassin, they just fix some issue when this Assassin immediately ready when got some CC status. And also for this Assassin skill, they just fix some issue, especially for character appearance when wear certain accessory. Okay, next feature update about content. In future, they will implement instant leveling when you leveling renting house that you rent, either for storage or any kind of workshop. As you can see, when I try it on Global Lab server and go to Heidel City and go to House Heidel 52, when I try to rent this storage and click Purchase Storage, this new menu will appear that will ask you to adjust level for this rented house, so you can level it up until maximum level at once. And for example, if I choose to level up until level 3, on this menu all information still there that you require some contribution points same as before, and also work cost that you need to spend in silver, and work time to prepare this house to be ready to use for you. And if you confirm it, you will instantly level up this rented house to become level that you choose previously. But take notice, this progress to preparing your rented house still there. As you can see, I need to wait 6 minutes to prepare my rented house while using this new function. So at least you didn't need to level up one by one your rented house. You can set its level from beginning when you're renting this house for any needs. And next feature update about monster, especially improvement for field boss. In future, every field boss that you encounter will drop special item that this tentative name called Epic of Heroes. And this item is special buff to get item drop rate buff for 10% for 5-hour duration after you use it. And take notice, this item not bound to your character, so you can move it to any character on your account. But take notice, this item have expired date 5 hours after you get it. So make sure you aware for this expired time that you only can use it 5 hours after you get it from any kind of field boss that you kill previously. And when you activate this scroll, you will get item drop rate plus 10% for 5-hour duration on your character. And this drop rate buff, you can stack it with another drop rate buff item. So I think this is great update, especially if you aim to get any kind of treasure item, at least you can get 10% drop rate buff after you participate to defeat any field boss on Black Desert World. But once again, take notice about this expired item, that this item will not usable anymore if you didn't use it within 5 hours on your character inventory. And because of this field boss update, they also update any kind of field boss spawn mechanic that they just make chain spawn for this field boss. but they categorize this field boss as two groups. First is field boss that spawn around Balenos area, like the Startback, Red Nose, and Dim Tree Spirit. This tree boss is categorized as one group for Balenos area that will spawn continuously in chain following on this order. First spawn is the Startback, second spawn is Red Nose, and third spawn is Dim Tree Spirit. And for another group is Serendia and Drikhan field boss that will spawn in chain following on this order. First is Giant Monster, and after this Giant Monster die, this Katsvariak will spawn. And take notice this chain spawn for this field boss. The next field boss will spawn after previous field boss is die. So you still have time to go to another location for next field boss. And this is more detailed information for any kind of field boss on Balenos area. As they already mentioned the order, first field boss back will spawn at Balenos Forest. This is the usual location when this Dastardback spawn. And then after this Dastardback die, next 3 minutes, another field boss will spawn is Red Nose that located at Western Guard Camp, same as normal. And after we finish to defeat this Red Nose, the next 3 minutes after that, Dim Tree Spirit will spawn at its location at Hermit Forest. So this is detailed information for this field boss chain spawn that will apply in future at Balenos region. And for another group field boss, especially for field boss at Serendia and Drikhan, because at Serendia, this is mentioned about Giant Monster that will spawn at Serendia Glycerine. After this update implement on our live server, after you finish to defeat this Giant Monster on first location, this Giant Monster will escape and will spawn to another location one time. That they just change this Giant Monster reappearance from 2 times to become 1 time only. So this Giant Monster only will respawn 1 time after this update come. And after you success to defeat this Giant Monster for its second appearance, 5 minutes after the Giant Monster second appearance die, Katsvariak field boss will spawn at Terseria Ruin. Okay, that's all chain spawn mechanic for field boss at Serendia and Drikhan area. And after this update come, any field boss that spawn will stay there for 1 hour duration and will disappear 1 hour after its first appearance. And after this boss disappear because timeout in 1 hour, the next field boss will spawn as already explained before. And also they just change credit contribution when you defeating this field boss that previously they categorized at 3 group. They just change it to become 4 type that they just add another 1 group that have less contribution. So the more contribution for your damage when defeating this field boss together will affect it for any rare item that you can get from this field boss. And this is the tale for loot boss reward and drop rate after this update come. They will increase probability and quantity to get pure magical blackstone to become increased 3 times than before. And also number of blackstone weapon, blackstone armor, hunter seal, and any kind of gold ingot 1G, they will increase its number double than before. And also for any kind of concentrate boss crystal, they will increase number of this item drop to become 10 times than before. And for boss lantern aura, they will increase it 1.5 times than before. And then for special accessory that you can get it from Giant Monster like Mark of Shadow and also Ring of Aeruin from Katsvariak, drop rate for these 2 accessory will increase 1.5 times than before. And then reward item when you defeating any kind of field boss that they just change any kind of Arcum defense gear when you killing field boss, especially for Katsvariak field boss. And they just remove any enhancement parchment when you get from any kind of field boss to become directly to get Advice of Fog from plus 10 until plus 14. And also you will get this Epic of Heroes item that I already mentioned before, that this Epic of Heroes item is new item drop rate buff that you can get additional 10% item drop rate for 5 hours from this special item that you can get it from any kind of field boss. Okay, that's all any kind of improvement for field boss in future. So I think this field boss will become more interesting because of this item drop rate buff that you can get it when defeating any kind of field boss. That will increase your drop rate buff to get any kind of treasure item and more silver while grinding monster. And for any other change for user interface and any minor fix and change, I think all of this not too a big deal. Okay, that's all info for future update from Global Lab Update at 28 October 2022. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, Dubiadut, Jimmy Snake, Doki, Angel, Ayrton, Killsteel, Wemi, Bebu, Iliana Nico as gold member, and also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make Chris Poly channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level. And be noticed at some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.